I hate this pause bit. I never know when to start. Greetings, Earthlings.
We are Johnita Francis and Trish Rock, and we are your empowerment influencers.
The Nerd Fluff conversations about life, empowerment, spirituality, and freedom.
Yay! Welcome to our podcast, proudly sponsored by Holistic Bliss Magazine, and this is episode 18.
Dun, dun, dun.
So exciting. Thank you everybody for being here. Oh, we can see our live audience. We're back on a different platform tonight, so we can see all our live audience. Hey, everybody.
It was a bit blind last week, weren't we?
Yeah. And cool stuff. And thank you to everybody who is listening on one of the podcast platforms.
Exactly. What sort of week have you had, Trish?
A learning week.
I love the fact. Okay, if you're listening on the podcast, you need to get into our live audience so you can see Trish's face.
Did you just see my eyes roll?
It's like, next question, lady. It has been a funny old week, hasn't it? It has been.
Yeah. It's been pretty, energetically wise, it's been pretty good actually. But in my physical life, it's been a learning week. I'm not too good with the intellectual stuff, but, every now and again I have a week of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, this intellectual stuff is payback for my emotional stuff that I had to have a little while ago. So the pain is being shared evenly amongst us.
Oh, dear.
Now, we had a look at the Wheel of Wisdom, and there are 5 topics of our original 20 left. And I have to say, 2 of them terrify the shit out of me.
Oh, yeah. We are just really crapping ourselves right now.
And you know what? We're actually so honest and so tough and so brave and so evolved, and that's a load of shit. But we could have just changed the topics and not told anybody. Did that occur to you? It didn't occur to me till just then. I thought, what are we doing?
I could have just taken them off. No one would know.
Exactly right. And because we've had these pure and evil thoughts, I bet you spirit gets us now. So should we just get the pain over and done with?
Let's just do it. Rip that Band-Aid off.
Pour some betadine on it. Yeah. All right, let us go. So now if I stick this up in the... There we go. And if I do it that way... Oh, no, we could do it that way. Hang on. I'm trying to make sure that we got a good view of it.
It's a bit difficult on this platform. You'd have to take me off the screen.
All right, let's hide Trish for a little second. Can we still hear you, Trish? Oh, good. Yep, I can. Let's hope everybody else can. I just heard Spirit giggling in the background. I thought, this is boyfriend number 3, and he knows how to do this with his eyes shut. I'm going to stab him. It's a good thing he's already dead. All right, let me go find this wheel and we will spin it. Chakra awareness. How to tell when we are out of whack. Oh. If you can see me, I'm doing my happy dance. Oh, dearie me. Right, let's get Trish back up here.
Easy one.
There she is. I was like...
Thank you.
Oh, my goodness. Now, chakras are you're actually really clever with this. You taught me heaps about... Like, I understand the fundamentals, the practicality, all that sort of theory side and how to use it in practice and everyday stuff. But but I do it from a logical point of view. And when I met Trish, she taught me the emotional side of chakras. And I went kicking and screaming, but she taught me this and she does this course about your heart, right? It's freaking amazing. It is amazing. And I jumped on board straight away because anytime anything emotional comes up and Trish is teaching it, I want part of it because she does it in a in a way that doesn't make me feel like a complete dick because she actually doesn't understand what she's talking about. So I feel empowered when I go to her courses.
Oh, thank you.
Not yet. And I've got a lot of questions, so a lot of people get very impatient with me when I'm asking about emotional stuff. But Trish teaches me about the emotional side of the chakras and how to use the emotions to unblock them and to identify them. So who wants to go first? Let's do the emotion stuff first. Because I just love listening to you talk about it. I think it's fascinating. And I come away every single time with a new idea on what I'm going to try, even though I go kicking and screaming.
Ah, cool. So what was the second part of the question? How do they, this is obviously one of my topics as well. Chakras, and how do they what?
It's an awareness. How to tell when we are out of whack.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah, I'll go first. So
the second part of the question was shit. I was going to go first, right? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is actually how I started with the chakras and how I created all the different things I've created around it. Because for those 4 years of my life when I was in total financial struggle and poverty mindset and all the rest of it, I worked my ass off. I was making money. I was trying to build a business, all the rest of it. And yet I still had none. I had no money to pay rent. I ended up going and living at my sister's. Right? Anyway, I understood from that actually that's when I learned chakras, because someone mentioned the chakras to me and said, well, you've got no lower chakra energy. I'm like, what the? And then that's when I started learning, and those bottom 3 chakras are all about money, prosperity, grounding, security, safety, taking action. Like, I have so many inspired ideas and I never took action on any of them, right? So that's how the chakras started with me. So when we're out of whack with our lower chakras, we are not taking action. We are not strong with money. We're repelling it, actually. We're in fear. We're not shining our light. And so if you do have any inspired ideas, you tend to be in fear about doing anything about them. Hence, no more income comes in. But once those are strong, it's good. But it's important to have the whole body balanced, because, there are people with really great lower chakras, masculine energy, who can just make a shitload of money, but they can't hold a relationship together and they have no insights, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And there's people who are all in the higher chakras and just float around like, oh, your life is so beautiful. I'm going to hug a tree. And nothing against those people, but if you're not grounded, and I wasn't like that, but if you're not grounded, you can't take that intuitive ability to heights either, because you're like a tree without roots and you just... Yeah. So when I learned about the chakras, I now am aware in my reality when one of mine is out of whack, and it will show up as fear. It will show up as shrinking. It will show up as not wanting to shine your light, feeling intimidated, feeling the emotional drama of everything, closing your heart off to things and yourself, really having blocked intuition. Throat chakra, that's a massive one, isn't it? Yeah. Sore jaws, sore teeth, sore ears, everything. Toothache, thyroid, sore throat, cough, the rest of it. It's just such a massive area. So I learnt it all, and I like to know how it relates to the outside world. I guess that's because I think at the time, I'm not one for learning something just for the sake of it. It's just not me. There are a lot of people who do. They just want to, because they're just learners. Just want to learn something because they don't know it yet. I'm not like that. I'm really simple, and I like to simplify things. And if I don't need that information floating in my head, I don't want it in there, right? That's just how I've always been. And so I didn't want to just learn it as some fluffy kind of, what else. I wanted it to make sense so that I could use it in my life to make my life better, and the external and my actual health. And I help a lot of clients with it too, as I know you do, because if we can feel in their body that they've got an ache or a swollen knee or a fat ankle or whatever they've got, or pain somewhere, or just the way they're talking, we know that they're out of balance somewhere. So it's a really good indication for us too when we're helping people.
Exactly.
Yeah. So similar to you tune up all those areas as well.
Yeah. My first introduction to chakras, because that's how they were told to me that they were chakras. I honestly thought that they were trying to bullshit me. It didn't make any sense to me whatsoever. But the person that was explaining the chakra was completely. I realize now fakery off with the pixies. I know that she wasn't really up in that total upper echelon of understanding all this stuff. I did not realize that then. I just thought she was just ditzy. And when she was explaining it to me, because she came at it from such an emotional level, it was like, and I have no idea what you're talking about. It was just overwhelming bit of information that I just didn't know what to do with, so I left it. And I picked up chakras a couple of years later, and I realized at that point that I wasn't really 100% comfortable in the chakra term, because I kind of feel like you need to understand it from a deeper level. And I don't want to understand it from a deeper level. I just want to understand enough because I can do it intuitively to help people to pinpoint, to get them on the right path. So when I get those little flashes of color, I go, okay, that's associated with the root. That's associated with your throat. So therefore, this is the area that you've got this, misalignment in.
Yeah.
So then a little while after that, I started thinking to myself, okay, in my logical brain, a chakra is a cog, and a cog is the man-made machine. We're the machine, and all of our cogs turn our machine. So when a cog is out of alignment, or the teeth are not quite lined up, or we're missing a grease and oil change, so I went to my masculine to understand how cogs work, how chakras work. And then I realized that, okay, if our cogs are not turning effectively and smoothly, then that will throw our machine out. And when our machine gets out, then it's not going to function properly. So I had I was introduced to it through the emotional stuff, but I just slit my throat now. Seriously, you're speaking Swahili, and I'm speaking bloody Canadian or something. Okay, so it didn't gel with me. So I had to understand enough about it so I could put it into terms that I could understand, so I could research that and then apply it to my knowledge and how I do things, which is at that point not from an emotion point of view at all.
And I think it's great. And I mean, that's a lot of the thing about our show. We like to empower people just to do what they want to do with the information that they have. You don't have to be an expert on something. You can use it just the way you want to use it. And that's okay, and that's enough. And neither of us put ourselves out there really as a chakra expert, but we use it in our work, and we certainly use it to help empower people. So,
it's an extra tool, isn't it? So
it is really interesting. Yeah, when I used to do hands-on Reiki with people, I would get them spinning. They showed up. I drew a beautiful picture of it once. They would show up as they were lying there. They would show up as little, like, what are those megaphones, is it, that you hold? They'd show up like that, coming up out of the body. And I would move them and expand them. And that was really good fun to do, actually. It just really gave me a hands-on visual of what was actually happening, because we've got like nearly 2,000 or more probably areas of energy portals. We're all energy, and it's coming from us in all directions, but they're the main ones.
I was just thinking, if we've got any quantum physicists out there, you know what
Yeah.
we're talking about, babies.
And then so this is how it works, guys. The energy comes in from the universe to these different points. These are our main 7 ones that we use. We've got the root chakra, which is the base of the spine. We've got the sacral below the belly button. We've got the solar plexus, which is your belly, sun of your center. Heart chakra, throat, third eye, and crown. I also use the soul star, which is the next one up, and also the earth one.
Earth speed, yeah.
Yeah. So what happens is that we receive energy through there, and that energy then goes into our energetic system in our body, which is all of those meridian points.
Yeah.
And the meridian points then feed to different parts of our bodies, and they perform different functions.
Yep.
And when it's not coming through well, that's when it will show up in your body. But it also shows up on that emotional level as well, because that's all part of it too.
What I would do, and it was only years like this is, you're getting a nutshell condensed version, but this is years in the learnings and the makings. When Trish said before about, she knows when there's a misalignment because it comes out as fear. Mine comes out as frustration, and I get angry. So the easiest way for me to deal with something is I get angry. That means that everybody will leave me alone while I can hibernate within myself so I can work out what's going on. And my go-to mechanism is to go back to my masculine because I know that I can control that. So anytime anything surfaced and I needed to work on from like pretty much solstice up, for me, it was also just, I'm just going to go back down here to the root stuff so I can understand it better. And then sometimes I would stay there, though, and I would process the top layer stuff, but in a different manner. I wouldn't sit with it, too long. And I tried to do this recently, and I'm not doing it again because it's not who I'm about. It's not what I'm about this lifetime. I'm okay to stay in that masculine, and I'm comfortable there. To process it and understand what else is going on, but I don't need to tip the scales. I don't need to be, at the moment I'm 70-30 masculine way. I don't need to tip it or balance it out even more. So, and that's a recent, very, very recent learning for me because, we do need to have a balance. I just thought that in my Libran mind, a balance is 50-50. So,
but all of the chakras are different too. Like the sacral chakra is a feminine center. That's your sexuality. That's your emotions. So any of your frustration or any triggers that any of us get are straight there, in that sacral chakra. And how do you clear that up? Well, you've got to be grounded. You've got to be strong in your solar plexus. You've got to love yourself a little bit more. Speak up about what it is and tune in, right? It all just goes up and down the whole line.
Yeah, like a big, like a old school magnet.
Yeah,
it just goes all the way through.
It's just really fascinating. And the more grounded you are, the more you can grow up here. And you and I both have a lot of clients that are tuning into their intuitive side, and they're just sprouting all these branches up here, right? And they just fall over in fear, or they've got no strength. Really. That's why we harp on about being grounded. Then you can make decisions a bit more easily. But the other thing is definitely health issues. If you've got any blockages in your energy, it will affect your health.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because your man-made machine is not working properly.
Yeah. And
but a good way to tackle that is also head towards the fruit and vegetables that are the color of the area that you're having that misalignment in. It's the quickest way to sort things out. Yeah.
And don't they say eat a rainbow?
Taste the rainbow.
eat a rainbow in your food and have every color. It really does help. So we all have that energy through us, and you can tackle it from a few ways. People either tell me what is happening in their life, and I know immediately which chakra is out of balance just by their emotions and how they speak and what is actually happening. And the other way is someone will come and say, I've got this happening, and then it's a physical thing. And so
yeah, or yes, they walk in and sit down and you'll get this frog in your throat.
yeah,
and they'll go, oh, I'm having trouble in my relationship. Yeah, you need to speak up. Because we will start to feel what's going on. And we know that it's their energy, okay? It's not like we're taking it on.
yeah.
But the universe is saying, okay, this is a really big block. This is a real big misalignment. We need to have a little fiddle here and get that cog working the way we need it to work so that person can get free. And it's not an overnight fix. And you know what? We can give you the tools, but you actually have to do the work as well. So if you go to somebody who is a healer, or you need some help with aligning your cogs, then we can help you with that. But at the end of the day, we're giving you the tools to do it. We can't do the work for you. That's something that you need to be committed to, looking after yourself and doing that work.
And that's the empowerment, isn't it? And that's why we're here. That's why we're empowerment influencers, because we try to influence people to the direction of taking control of their own life. You cannot control anyone or anything around you.
No.
Like, you've got to surrender all of that. The only thing you can control is you, how you think, what you say, and how you feel. And if something is going on with you that you can actually feel in your body, what chakra area is it? And, what's the meaning of that? And why do you have a block there? And there's not only just blocks. Sometimes you're just too loud in those things too, right? You're just over producing in that area too. And that can just cause, arrogance and being obnoxious and too loud and all the rest of it. So if there's an imbalance, you'll see it. But the other thing is, if you want change in your life, have a look at what's happening on the outside, learn about the different chakra properties, and try to relate it to what that is. Debbie's got my backache, sciatic pain. You see, anything in the back is too much weight. You've got too much stress and too much usually financial stuff that goes on in the back, or you're carrying too much other people's weight, right? Just carrying too much of other people's shit. You've got to let it go. So it depends also what whereabouts in the back.
Yeah.
So, and all these are really easy to look up. Google really is your friend. And teachers like us, we're your friend too. But it's not hard to look up, right? It's really taking that step of saying, right, my body's telling me this. What can I do about it?
Yeah. How does this feel? So the back is broken into 3 sections. So each section will relate to different areas. They're all connected, obviously, because your spinal cord is the energy that's connecting those 3 areas. But finances and family unit, those sorts of things are all connected in your back. 100% financial responsibility for others. Yeah. And it's just too much. It's too much. It's affecting you on a physical level now.
Yeah.
And disease is actually a dis-ease of the body. So when we don't deal with things and we don't put boundaries in place, and we're kind of just saying suck shit, chakra, when you're going to keep piling this stuff on you. And obviously we're not consciously saying that, but we're not able to deal with things for one reason or another. And the more weight that comes onto that, the more dis-ease we get. And that can lead to some major issues, in the long run, with resentment and bitterness and, long-term health issues.
Anger. That's what, cancer starts with anger.
Yeah.
So it really is, it really is one of those really beautiful aligned tools that speaks directly to your body, and also your body speaks directly to you about it. I just find it's fascinating. And I've just created so much change in my life just by being aware of what's happening in my body.
Yeah. You know what I do? Because I have the attention span of a gnat. Okay, I don't need to remember shit. Spirit tells me. So I have an encyclopedia that I can just download from. So I'm pretty lazy when it comes to researching stuff, unless I want to go down a rabbit hole, and then I'm very, very clever at doing that. My composite Gemini kicks straight in. But having said that, when I was first learning about the cogs, I got a cheap scarf from Kmart, wherever I could get them from. Kmart had the best range, and I got one in every color of the cogs. And then each day I would just automatically go and choose one. And I might have worn an orange scarf with the pink outfit, you know. It didn't always match. No. But I knew that this is the area that I needed to work on today. This is the area that was out of alignment, because my body was saying orange, 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 red, purple, blue. So I found that was the easiest way. And if I kept choosing a color, because crystals are pretty, but I forget what they're all about as well. So it was too hard. But the colors and the chakras were very easy to say, okay, today I picked up the blue one. This is like 4 days this week. What am I not talking about? So I found that was a really easy way to work out intuitively what my body was needing from me, until I could tune into it properly.
And, you know, I think a lot of people do that intuitively and just don't realize it, with the undies, with accessories, with earrings, with necklaces, with the dresses, whatever. I think, you know, what do I feel like wearing today? That's an indication.
I've got pink undies on. I had a pink bra on, but I'm now doing something professional, so the bra came off before we came on live. I have a pink scarf, a pink singlet, and I had a pink jumper on today. So
I'm going to say, just close your ears if you want to. That is higher heart, and it's all about feeling.
Where's my pen? Here we go.
You throw a dart at me.
Yeah, I'll get you later. I know where you live, lady. Oh,
I've got a few crystals here, actually. I just happen to have some pre-prepared. They're just here. It's just the way it is. But I've got some beautiful crystals this week from Jess Ainsworth, who's on. Thanks, Jess.
Ooh.
And no, not Jess. Was it Jess? No, it's Sarah.
Yeah. No, Sarah.
Yeah, sorry, it was Sarah. And I was like, gosh, I wonder if there'll be a segue where I could show them. And there it is. Oh, look at that.
My iced tea is pink.
It is pink as
well.
God,
I can't bloody get away from this crap. Anyway, carry on. Let's change the subject.
I'll have to show you my new crystal. So this is the labradorite. Isn't that beautiful? This is for
you know why it's got pink in it?
Yeah.
Radio Universe, you can shut up now.
She also got me a black moonstone, which is really beautiful, which is also for intuition. What's the next one down here? Throat. I've got a blue one here for throat. I've got a whopping big one for heart, of course. I don't have one here for the solar plexus, but I do have one for the sacral chakra. I've got this beautiful mookaite, which I guess is kind of yellow as well.
Yeah.
And a hematite for grounding. So crystals really do work, but they don't always go on the color. So yeah. If you're attracted to a certain color, definitely go for it.
Yeah, definitely. I had a little while ago, and I can't remember what it was. Smoky quartz was one, chevron amethyst, Vatican stone, and something else. And you know, my go-to is Jess Ainsworth from Lunar Lotus, and I'm like, well, these are really weird. Like, they don't look anything like each other. So I sent her a photograph, and I said, and the rose quartz came up, and I sent her a photograph, and I said, okay, what is this all about? And she told me it was actually about healing, heart healing, and all that sort of stuff. And I'm like, just shut up. Sometimes I swear everyone's got this conspiracy thing going, and you're all in this special standalone Facebook group thing. You're like, let's mess with her again on her emotions. But it's interesting because I have a massive altar, and we'd probably have 200-300 stones on there. And each morning I'll go and pick the stones out based on intuition. Or if I do readings for people, I go and pick something, and it's always the stone. And sometimes I have to say to Jess, oh my God, I don't know what this is. Quick, tell me, because I'm due online in 5 minutes. Thankfully, she always comes up with the goods. But most of the time, or 99% of the time, it's exactly what that person needs, and it is a misalignment in their body somewhere, and it's fascinating. And I really wish that my crystal knowledge was much more superior than it is, because I would know. But then again, I kind of like not knowing, because then it is purely intuitive. I'm not looking for rose quartz because I'm feeling there's a conditional or an unconditional loving lesson coming in for that person. So it's amazing, isn't it?
It is. It is. And of course, my cards are all the chakras as well, right? So
and she pulled up a heart healing one. I'm going to punch you, Trish.
So, I'm really big on the chakras, and I think a lot of the things, I've even painted my whole set of chakra images, because I just don't relate to like the ancient ones. So I've got my own artwork for each one. And everything
on your website.
Or
up on your Facebook page or somewhere. I'd love to take a look at that.
Yeah, I've had them up before. I'll send them through to you. They're really very beautiful mandalas that I drew, actually. So I tend to include the chakras in a lot of things, because it's just that added message. It's just that added kind of, hey, maybe focus a little bit here this week, or whatever it is.
Added confirmation.
Yeah, but
I see Rosie's found her throat chakra. I love it.
I don't even know. She just barks at ghosts. Rosie! Ever since I got my mum's furniture in here, the cat just hides under the bed. I don't know what's spooking her, and Rosie's just a little bit weird, but anyway, they'll get over it. Maybe they just don't like because I used to have a lot of space here, and now it's kind of like I got furniture. But anyway, all good. So I don't think that everybody needs to be an expert in this, but if you can just be aware of, gosh, I haven't had a cough for ages, and now, instead of just automatically thinking, oh my God, I need to go to the doctor, or I need to Google, doctor, and something's wrong with me. Instead of going to that immediately, just ask yourself, what's my body trying to tell me?
Yeah.
And, that's just a habit that I do now, even if it's something like if you've scratched yourself somewhere, or you've hurt a finger, or you've stubbed your toe, or you get a wart appearing somewhere, or like I've had pimples here lately. For me, I just feel that it's and I've tuned in, and that's what I've been told, that it's just this detoxing of this third eye area for me. So rather than getting in a panic and buying acne cream, right, then going, oh, woe is me, it must be menopause, I'm like, no, that's what it is. And it's all going, right?
Yeah, so as soon as you acknowledge it, you know what it is, and it shifts so quickly. As when we dig our heels in and we refuse to have a look at anything else that could possibly be it. Dr. Google will probably tell you that you're pregnant anyway.
Oh, probably. And look, it's not to discount the medical. If something's wrong, obviously go and have it checked, but ask your body first, what is wrong? Is there something I can say or express myself in a new way that will help my throat? Is there an old fear that's coming up that I can maybe dissolve? Am I not shining my light? What am I scared of? Am I scared of someone saying I'm not good enough?
I used to get cold sores with one particular partner, and I got them all the time. And I picked up Louise Hay's "You Can Heal Your Life" book, and I had a look in the back. And cold sores are all about anger, a little burst of anger, and you're not talking about it. You need to get it out. You need to talk about it, and your cold sore will go away. And I'm like, what a load of shit. Well, I left that partner, and I had a lot to say at the end because he was very deceitful. When I left that partner, I probably had, and I've had one or two cold sores in 6 years, and one of them was because I was going to meet Terry's entire family. I was so stressed about it. And all I wanted to do was cry because I was super stressed about being away from our kids for that long. We had to drive 16 hours, like everything. And then there was a 24-hour flight to get there in the UK. And then I was going to meet all these people. And the more I thought about, oh my God, I'm going to meet all these people. I'm going to have this big cold sore on my face. The bigger the cold sore got. And then I remembered it's going to be okay. Everything will be all right. It's just I felt like I had no control over the situation, that I was worrying about our kids and worrying about the flight, worrying about whether they would like me, because I adore Terry and I adore all of them on Facebook, and maybe they won't like me in real life. All this extra pressure. And as soon as I acknowledged that that's what was going on and I just needed to talk it out, the cold sore disappeared by itself.
Yeah.
So I thought it was really interesting that it was manifesting like that. So,
yeah. And so you had to work through you had to get grounded, you had to work through your sacral chakra to get over the fear. You had to work through that solar plexus. You had to work the whole way up. It's not just one area. No. I was the same with hay fever. That's what introduced me to Louise Hay back in the day when I was doing nails, about 2008. My hay fever was so bad. And of course, doing nails, I'm just, you're facing down the whole day. I was on 2 24-hour tablets every day, plus a sniffer, plus eye drops. I was fucked.
It's the worst. Yeah, it is the worst.
It was awful. And I just got to the point where I'm like, this is enough. And someone introduced me to Louise Hay and the hay fever, because I've still got the book, but I've got the app with all the things as well.
There's an app?
Yeah, there's an app. I know, right? I look it up for my clients all the time. I'm going, what's wrong with you? Okay, let's look it up, right? And for me, it was about clearing my calendar. For some people, it's about emotions, but for me, it was clearing my calendar and not feeling that pressure. It was all the pressure.
Yeah.
I've never had hay fever since.
Wow. It's amazing.
Yeah, and if you really just tune in and ask your body, otherwise, I'd still be drugged out on all the bloody hay fever stuff. But it's just your body saying that there's something wrong.
Hey, dumbass, over here.
Yeah. I've been telling you about that sore knee for 3 years now. Do I have to make you fall over and break it?
I can do it. And it will. It will. And it will fester. It really will fester. So
it really will. I had a client once who had both arms broken.
Oh, wow.
And she was very spiritual, and she was talking, and she said, and I knew exactly what that was, because I would not accept help from anybody. And she said spirit was telling me for years and years. And yeah, guess what? Both arms broken at the same time. Couldn't do anything for 6 or 7 weeks. Had to have help. Had no choice.
Wow, that's a massive lesson.
And she knew it immediately. So that was a fascinating conversation. And I'm like, really? Did you have to have both broken? She's like, yeah.
Yeah, otherwise she would have struggled through one or the other. Yeah.
She would have. So everything is a sign. And if the energy is not flowing through your body, you will get blockages through those meridian lines out to different areas of your body. And that's how kinesiologists work, therapists, all sorts of different energy workers. Yeah.
Amazing. So you don't need to know everything. You don't at all.
No. Nicole's asked, what is bruising? I think bruising can be some underlying medical condition as well. So if it's happening a lot, definitely go have that checked out. But I think bruising, if you're hitting yourself in a certain area and you don't even know you're doing it, if it's the same area, then I would be looking at that area.
Yeah.
Like if you're constantly bruising your top of your leg on edges or whatever. I mean, it depends what it is. If you've got bruising coming up for no reason, go check it out.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
No.
Bruising. I don't bruise a lot. When what I have noticed though is I'll get little yellow bruises every now and then on my arm, but it's like when the bruise is right at the last stage of bruising, and it's just that pale lemon.
That's interesting.
And I can never wait because it's never purple, so it's not like I banged it on something.
I've just looked up Louise's app. I'll just tell you the bruises. Yeah, the little bumps in life, self-punishment.
Ooh. Now that's interesting because I've noticed it's always on my right arm, so that's the future stuff coming in. So
and masculine and the doing.
It always.
It's like stop punishing yourself by doing.
Yeah, I know. But I actually have cleared my schedule. And when you said about hay fever and clearing your schedule, I'm like, hang on a minute. I'm having really bad, like some of my friends are listening right now, and I was having really, really bad sinus, really bad. And it was knocking me for 6 because the only thing that works is a tablet called Phenergan, and it knocks me for 16, 17 hours.
Well, isn't that all the throat chakra area too?
Yeah. And I did. That was when I was trying to see how I fitted into this new information and was this new information right for me. And I was really processing it and spending a lot of time trying to work out how this was going to affect my life, so that it did affect my life. And when I'm like, nah, I'm right where I need to be. I'm right on the right path. It's okay. Not everybody here is to do the same thing. Different people have got to do different things.
Yeah.
I actually haven't had a tablet since, and I've been out riding 2 days in a row, and I haven't had to take a tablet for either of those days.
Excellent. Nice work. Nicole, with MS, just on the Louise Hay app, it says mental hardness, iron will, inflexibility and fear. But I'm just going to pop a link in the how come I can't comment?
I'm not sure.
I can put it in. I'll put it in the host chat, and then you grab it and put it in the public. I'll just give you the link for Marsha Schultz. She's a fellow colleague of ours from Holistic Bliss magazine, and she had MS, and she has absolutely cured it.
Ooh.
Can you see that?
I can see it, but it won't let me do anything with it. So I'll just stick it in there.
Cool. So Nicole, definitely look up Marsha Schultz and please get in contact with her. Let her know that we sent you, and she will definitely be able to help you. She has lived through MS and a whole heap of other stuff that she had. She was confined to bed and couldn't get out, and she is super healthy now.
You're an amazing person. I love hearing those stories.
Yeah. So Marsha's one of the VICs, Johnita. You would have seen her there.
Oh,
that's Marsha Schultz. Oh, you haven't put the link up there. Oh, there it is. Perfect. So go check her out, Nicole. And we're so technologically advanced, aren't we?
Do stuff like that.
I know, right? Love it when a plan comes together. So look, it's definitely everything in your body. Is your body talking? We've got this innate smart body that, people use muscle testing and stuff. Our body can tell us what we need to know.
The Barometer of the Soul is a book I read years and years and years ago. Don't ask me what was in it. I wasn't paying attention.
I've got that one. That's a really good one, actually.
Really good book. It's still on my bookshelf, and I'll probably have to read it again.
Yeah. So it might be on mine, except I can't see it at the moment. Because I have a secret bookshelf. AKA forest. My beautiful little plants. Oh, there we go. If you're on the podcast and you're wondering why we're laughing, it's no reason. We're just mad.
We've lost my whole body is totally fucked. No. You know what? Number 1 and number 5. 1 is all about new beginnings, Nicole. What I'm doing is 19 and 14 is the time that you actually posted that. And 19 is 1, so it's about new beginnings, giving birth to new ideas, a new way of thinking, new ideas coming in for you. And 14 is 5, which is all about freedom of expression, freedom to think about different things. So this is an opportunity for you to take that Marsha detailed and really do something with it. So it's a turn you in a big way, take you on a different adventure, a different mindset.
Yeah, and you're not here by chance. You were meant to see that tonight. So go check Marsha out and take charge of how you want to live. Yeah. Yep. Beautiful. Thank you, everybody from the live audience and everybody who downloads our podcasts on a weekly basis. It's really exciting.
Another September. Is it the September edition of Holistic Bliss magazine is out? We are talking about weight gain, loss management.
It's weight management, yeah.
So there's lots of exciting things in there. There's an online magazine which is free, and there's also Astroscope. Don't know who wrote that. Some amazing woman wrote that. Check it out, and you can subscribe for free as well. So comes out.
Absolutely. You can also get the app, which looks like. Let me show you. Drum roll. It just looks like that one.
I think you're rubbing my face into the app stuff. That doesn't come out right. Oh, God.
Absolutely free to read online, and there's some fantastic articles and everything in it.
And that little martini cup thing that was just on there had kiwi fruit and something red in there. So they're both.
It did too. Yeah, beautiful. Look at that. There's a chakra cup. There's a chakra meal if ever I saw one.
Crazy. Absolutely.
Oh, dear.
That brings us to the end of our segment. What do you reckon?
It does. Episode 18, halfway through September. Exciting times to come.
Yeah, it's our wedding anniversary today.
Oh, is it? Happy anniversary.
Thank you. I remembered this year. I did not remember last year. Terry forgot this year.
So you're even?
We're even.
They're even.
So it's love and what is it? Love and war. Peace, love and war. What is it? That bloody all's well in love and war. That's it.
Well, I've got my new man coming in soon, so I'll be able to create an anniversary for next year, won't I?
Brilliant. He finally stopped and asked for directions.
Yes, coming.
He stopped off at the pie shop. Hope he brings me a pie.
Oh, dear.
Alrighty, guys, that is us for another exciting week of a Guided Life podcast. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you to Holistic Bliss Magazine for sponsoring us. And
you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Buzzsprout. That's it. Or you can come and watch the live episodes on our page at I Guided Life on Facebook. And both Johnita and I have YouTube channels where we also put the episodes up. And lots of opportunity for you to see them or hear them. And they are fun.
Absolutely. When's our next Q&A, Trish?
I'm not sure. Do you want to? Well, when did we have it? Let's do one more topic next week. Let's do it for the last week in September. What do you think?
Done.
We'll do another Q&A. So save up your questions, ladies and gentlemen, and let us know. If you're listening on one of the podcasts and you'd like to shoot us a question, I'm pretty sure you can do that through the podcast app. Yep. And our details are also in the description, so you can certainly connect with either of us and let us know what questions you have.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you all again, same time, same bat channel.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, everyone.